Hello everyone, my name is Janika and welcome to this video. I'm sorry it's a bit loud, I think I'm standing right nearby a big road, but this weekend we have come to a theme park known as Phantasialand in Germany. And we're gonna be spending this day and tomorrow here. We've got a hotel booked here at the park called the Matamba Hotel. We're just about to go and get our entry tickets and kind of like check in. We can't check into the actual room yet though, because it's quite early. I haven't actually looked up almost anything about this park beforehand because I wanted it to be a bit of a surprise. I have no idea what to expect, but I am super excited to be here this weekend. At Phantasialand, you can find 3 different high-quality hotels. We're staying at Hotel Matamba, which is inspired by the West African Dogon culture. The other 2 options would be Hotel Ling Bao, which is designed in traditional Chinese style, and Hotel Charles Lindbergh, which is a steampunk themed one. We honestly opted out for this one because it was the most affordable option. We're 4 people, so we basically paid a collective price that included this hotel. We get like a room with 2 double beds, then we have a breakfast and entry tickets for the park, both for today and tomorrow. So it was a pretty good deal. I don't remember the exact price, but I'll write it here. We've now finally checked in, gotten our tickets, and we even received 1 fast pass ticket per person. So that was a nice little extra. Now it is finally time to go and explore the park. And so we have been stamped in. It's a stamp that you can't see unless it's like under UV light though, so that will allow us to come in and out as much as we want for these 2 days. We're starting off strong with the ride that you just saw. So starting off with a bit of a more crazy one, but now the waiting time was only, I think, 25 minutes, so it's still early. Might as well use that to our advantage. That Black Mamba ride was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Time to explore more of this park. We've only seen the very beginning. This ride was right by our hotel, so it was fitting to start with it. Phantasialand is known as one of Europe's most immersive theme parks, located in Brühl, Germany, nearby Cologne. What started in 1967 as a small fairy tale park has now become a popular place to visit with more than 30 rides to offer. This place is home to some record-breaking attractions, like the world's fastest multi-launch coaster, the world's first flying launch coaster, and the world's steepest drop-off log flume water ride. Okay, we just did the wet ride and it was indeed wet, but it was a really good ride.
even like if there wouldn't have been the water, it would have been really good if there was like proper drops. It was going backwards, spinning. They had like music and stuff. It was a really good ride. But yeah, I did get properly wet, especially the lower body. You can't really see it because I'm wearing black. But my pants, my socks, my shoes, absolutely soaked.
At Phantasialand, you can find 7 different themed areas, including themed food, decor, and storytelling. These 7 themes are Mystery, Deep in Africa, Chinatown, Fantasy, Mexico, Klugheim, and Rookborg.
In the line for our 3rd ride of the day. This time the queue was a little bit longer. So far we've been quite lucky. Now it said it's like a 45-minute wait. Really excited for this one. It looked really, really cool. I think it's like supposed to be a Viking themed roller coaster. Jesus, I was not expecting that ride to be so crazy. We're all feeling a little bit dizzy and woozy. It just starts calmly and you're like, oh nice, and then suddenly it's like accelerates, like boom, and it goes so fast, and it does it twice. My boyfriend's like face was all red and we're all wobbly and super fun, but holy moly, I wasn't prepared. I was like, oh, nice and chill. Yeah, if you hear that sound, that's what it is. Wow, what a ride. I need to sit down for a little bit maybe. We're all a bit dizzy. I was gonna get a regular soft ice, but then the person in front of me got this and it looked so good that I also wanted to have the same thing. I think this is Kinder chocolate. Yummy. Something. Was it scary? No. Was it weird? Yes. And kind of funny? Also, yes. If you're looking for an actual spooky ride though, be prepared to be disappointed. I personally hate scary rides, so for me this was kind of a good surprise and a relief that it wasn't. But yeah, I think the guys are a little bit disappointed. just did a ride. It was called Colorado Adventure, and it's this one. That was the ride that we just did, and we were like, it's a little train. Wow, it's super loud here. Wait, what is going on here? Ride, nothing crazy, but it was actually really fast, really intense. The security bar was really loose, so we were really like holding on to our dear lives. But yeah, during that ride I was like laughing so much that I started crying, and it was hilarious. But yeah, maybe one of my favorite rides so far. Now we're actually quickly gonna do a dinner reservation for tonight, because we learned that the park closes already at 6 p.m. So I think we're gonna eat at the hotel's restaurant instead of having dinner at the park. Otherwise it would have to be a very early dinner. So let's hope we can get a table. We managed to get a dinner reservation. There was an Asian buffet and African buffet. The Asian buffet only had a table free at 9 p.m., which is quite late. But for the African one, we got one at 8 p.m. So yeah, apparently they have things like zebra meat and all crazy things. So quite looking forward to it. First, we're gonna now enjoy the park still for quite some hours. Time for another water ride. Just when I got to dry again. No. No. There's a lift. More? just did this Force and Fear ride, the one that's going around here. And it was funny, right before it started, my boyfriend was like, I have a feeling this is gonna be underwhelming, and then it starts with a proper drop. And it was fun because sometimes you go like backwards, and yeah, it was definitely not underwhelming. I feel like that has been a theme today. And what I've liked with a lot of the rides here is that they're quite long. Only one ride we went on was a bit shorter, but otherwise they've been like proper rides. We actually now don't have super much time anymore before the park closes. A park closing at 6 p.m. is really early though. Luckily we do have 2 days here, but I can imagine for people who only visit for 1 day. I believe we're doing now one more ride, and it is a slow and relaxing boat ride across the lake. It's been a lot of fun and thrill, so I don't mind ending with a bit more of a relaxed note. Going for dinner, having African buffet. Let's hope it's good. Dinner we had was located at our hotel and was a huge buffet with such a big variety of foods to choose from. The best part of it was the grill, where they today were serving things like kangaroo and water buffalo. Good morning, it is now the next day. It slept pretty okay, although we all thought it was quite hot in the room. And then now today in the morning we realized we never turned on the ventilation. Now about to have breakfast, which is included in our stay. Our breakfast was served at the same place as the dinner, and it was actually amazing. You always know that when there's an omelette station at a hotel breakfast that it's about to be buzzing. Look at all that cheese. So
starts day 2 at Phantasialand. We have a few rides that we didn't try out yesterday. We're probably gonna start with those. I think we're gonna go to this one like steampunky area. There's a ride where you lie down. I think that's the first place we're going to. Then I would maybe want to visit some nice food spots or cafes because I saw there were quite nice ones. We're also gonna revisit some of our favorite rides from yesterday and maybe also see one of the shows. So throughout the day there's different like dance, acrobatic and ice shows that are free to visit or like they're included in the park ticket. So I would really love to see at least one of those. Wow, that was one of the most impressive rides I've ever been on. Firstly, you have to like put all your stuff away in lockers. Oh, it's starting to rain. Then there's a security check. It feels very official. It was so well made. And it took a very long time. Like it was a long ride, which was quite fun. The position you're in is a little bit awkward because you're like lying like this, but it was really cool. That was a cool ride. Make sure not to miss it. I don't think it was too scary. It was like the build-up moment. I was a bit like, oh my god, but it was really cool. Wow, what a ride. So it seems like here by the carousel is actually the official entrance. We've been always entering from the hotel, so we haven't seen this yet. It is quite a nice first view that you see of the park when entering. You see the carousel and all the flowers. Super nice. So the rest of the group have gone to the water rides, the two that we already did yesterday, but from both of them I was absolutely soaked even after using that drying machine. They were really fun, but I decided this time I'm gonna skip it and I instead wanted to try out one of these like little cake shop cafes here because it looks so cute. So I got myself some tea. It smells so good. It's in, I think, pear and apple tea. It's such a strong, like, apple smell. It's super good. And I wanted to try one of the little cake pastry things that they have. And I saw these little, I think these are called kisses. And I thought, oh, that's perfect. I'll just have one of those. But then they told me you have to buy a minimum of 4. So they had 4 different ones, so I got one of each flavor. So let's do a bit of a tasting test and see which one's the best. That's really good, actually. I'm gonna start with this one because I think I'm gonna like this one the least. This one was cherry flavored, I think. Looks pretty though. Look at that color. It's like those Kiss chocolate things that you can buy both in Finland and the Netherlands. So it's like chocolate with cream and it has like a cherry jam flavor. It's actually pretty good. Next up, I think this was like mango something. I'm not sure if it's like white chocolate maybe because it's white in color. Cheers! Wow. Yeah, it's white chocolate. There's a bit of like a lemony, mango-y side taste to it. This one's extremely good. It's nice to have the tea because it's so sweet, so there's a bit of a palate cleanser. I think this one was like orange, and it looks like it could be maybe dark chocolate. Yeah. Ooh. It's actually, I think, passion fruit, not orange. Really good. Oh, I don't know which one I like the most. And then we have the last one. This is the one I wanted to buy. I think it's like a white chocolate and berry flavor one. Okay, let's see if this one would have been the right choice. If I would have been allowed to buy just one. It's also white chocolate and a berry flavor. It's good, but maybe a bit more boring. I really like the passion fruit chocolate one and the one with mango and white chocolate. I think those two were the best actually. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this tea and take a bit of a relaxing moment for myself before we go on to the next ride. I think next up we're gonna try another ride we haven't been to before. It was actually kind of nice that I got an opportunity to try out this little cafe, because if you know my channel, you know I love going to cafes. And even though for me as well the rides are the #1 thing of course in theme parks, I also really love taking the time to just soak in the atmosphere, try out the different food spots, cafes, look in the little shops. Like, it doesn't have to be go, go, go all the time. And that's why it's nice to come here for 2 days instead of just 1, because then you would really need to rush through it all. VR ride was super cool. So it's just I guess the roller coaster itself is just in a big dark space, but basically I have these VR glasses, and yeah, I felt like I was in a video game living in the future. It was super cool. We're about to redo a ride from yesterday and use our fast passes. This is the Vinya's Fear and Force ride. Yesterday the wait time was 35 minutes, and even then I felt like the wait was quite uncomfortable, like hot and humid. Now it's 50 minutes and we really liked it. Yesterday we did the Fear one, and we're thinking if we do the Force one it's maybe slightly different, so we're finally gonna use our fast passes. We're now about to see one of the many shows that they show here throughout the day. We decided to do the one that's about like acrobatics. That one sounded really cool. Also the one on ice did sound very interesting, but this one was time-wise now better. It's about to start soon, so very excited.
Feel free to capture the show moments in photos.
The show was really cool. It's a pity I couldn't take video clips to show you guys, because some of the things they did was absolutely insane, but really cool. There was a really good energy in the room as well. Everyone was so into it and clapping and cheering on. It was super cool. So if you're in Phantasialand, make sure to see at least one of the shows. I don't know if the other ones are as good, but at least this one, really nice. Whoa. difficult with one hand. We now found a little adventure trail. I'm gonna put the camera away for this. Well, probably not. Why am I doing this? Oh, is it a slide? Yeah, it's a slide.
I love this part, yes or no?
Today we wanted to visit one of the more proper restaurants found at the park. We were contemplating between the steampunk themed restaurant and this Chinese restaurant, but eventually decided to go to the latter. We were surprised that there weren't that many people in here, which made the place nice and calm. The food was quite westernized, but delicious. Afraid that our time here at Phantasialand is coming to an end and it's time to start driving back home. But we have had such a lovely weekend here. I definitely recommend spending a night here and 2 days, then you don't need to rush through the park. It's been really nice because it's not too crowded. The wait times weren't that crazy. For restaurants and cafes you could just walk right in and eat immediately. And wait, I need to, they're gonna check my stamp. It's been a really great time here. I really enjoyed it. I also think the theming was pretty good. And I would actually say this place had some of the best rides I've ever been to. So many of them were good. I feel like a lot of theme parks, there's like a few really good rides and then the other ones are like, But this one had a lot of really good rides. So that was quite surprising. And also the theming is done well, so I really enjoyed it. But I'm gonna end this video now here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to my channel to join the journey. Okay, wait, I'm gonna try and not die when crossing the road. Yeah. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys again on my next adventure. Bye bye!